Thank you for joining us. My name's Anna Jones. I'm the Corporate Partnerships and Communications Manager here at Queensland Farmers Federation. We are joined by Phil, who is from UWorkin, our technology partner in bringing AgJobs Queensland to life. And my colleague, Jack Kerwin, is also on the line, and he is the Media and Communications Officer here at the Queensland Farmers Federation. Before I go any further, I would just like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the lands on which we meet today and pay my respect to elders past, present, and emerging. Just to give you a little bit of information about the Queensland Farmers Federation, we are home to peak bodies, so we represent some of the key state and national peak agricultural industry organisations. Some of those members include Cotton Australia, cane growers, Queensland fruit and vegetable growers, and we work collectively with our members to build a stronger future for Queensland agriculture. And how we do that is through addressing some of the key areas of concern and the challenges and opportunities that are facing the Queensland agriculture sector. So one of those areas recently in particular has been workforce, which is why we have developed AgJobs Queensland. Just a little bit of background on the platform. We launched in February this year. We've had really good uptake of the platform so far. We're seeing roughly around 5,000 job views per month, which is really good. We created the platform not only to provide a job matching tool for employers and then job seekers who are looking to work in the agricultural sector, but we also created the platform to really profile the agricultural sector and all of the career opportunities that it offers. So I'm not going to say too much more. I will hand now over to Phil, who will run you through the platform and how it operates and what it can offer you if you're looking for work in the Queensland ag sector. Thanks, Phil.
Great. Thank you, Anna. I might share my screen and we can get started. Okay, so firstly, I'll just tell you a little bit about UWorkin. So UWorkin is a technology company, and we build talent community platforms for organisations and communities that have a need, concern or opportunity in 4 areas. And that's workforce attraction, workforce upskilling, workforce mobilisation and workforce redeployment. Almost all of UWorkin's customers are intermediary bodies in some form, just like Queensland Farmers Federation, and they're groups that represent the interests of job seekers, employers and industry partners. So today, obviously this is a webinar. I'm going to spend most of the time on the platform itself. Rather than it being death by PowerPoint, I'll show you each of the elements of the platform. What I'm going to cover today is first part will be the high level features of AgJobs Queensland. I'll then go into job searching and job alerts. We'll cover off how to register on the platform, an overview of the member dashboard that you gain access to once you register, how to create and use an AirCV, and I'll explain that in more detail later, what job seekers should do after this call, and we'll finish with questions that Anna will lead. So first up, a bit of an overview of the platform itself. So I'm currently on the front page. You can see the URL is agjobsqueensland.com.au. So please take a note of that for later in the call. I'll show you the first elements of the platform. So across the front page here, we have the job search. We also have an advanced search that I'll go through shortly. That feeds down to the priority job roles at the moment, or the trending job roles across the sector. Each of these tiles go to job search results, and the view all jobs takes you to all jobs on the platform. A little further down the screen, we have featured jobs. You can see a link here, which is to all featured jobs. These job opportunities have been added by member employers or groups that Queensland Farmers Federation wish to showcase on the platform. So you can notify or you can access opportunities that are exclusive to this platform as well. On the right-hand side is some introductory information around the platform, and some quick tools for you to find a job and create your CV. Further down the page, we have a section called Champions of Ags. These are industry partners that are supporting the platform and supporting the industry. This is a scroller that moves left and right. And there's also, if you click View All, it takes you to a full directory page where you can search by the categorization. Just scroll back down. Below that, we have employer profiles. These are employers that are actively recruiting at the moment across Queensland. If I click on one of those profiles, you can read more about that particular organisation and their employer value proposition, where they're located, and those employer profiles get attached to their live job roles. Again, this is a directory, so you can scroll through those at leisure and connect with those businesses. The next part is the Knowledge Centre. This is where you can access job seeker information. You can see the quick links down the right-hand side to help you navigate to the various sections of the website. I won't go through all of these, but I will focus on some of the priority information around First Nations, mature age workers, people with a disability, migrant workers, and working holiday makers. Shortly, we'll be adding a component focused on school leavers as well. So there's a lot of information here to absorb and give you the information links you need to progress your career in the sector. Just moving back down the front page, we then move into the notice board and useful links. Each of the notice board articles you can click on, they're shareable through social media. And next to that, you have recent notices and latest jobs. To receive these notices, you can register on the site and the notices will be sent to your email inbox. Other than the useful links, I'll actually come back to AirCVs shortly, but a bit further down the page, we then have AgJobs Queensland social channels, so Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn and Twitter. So I suggest you connect through those channels, social channels, to connect with the site and the Queensland Farmers Federation as well. So the next section I'll focus on is job searching and job alerts. So as I mentioned before, we have a simple search here and an advanced search, which I'll show you at the moment. This first part is a keyword search. The second part is suburb and postcode. As you type a location, it'll auto-populate and you can search. The advanced search expands your search experience a little bit further. We have opportunity types so you can access the featured jobs. You can search by industry. For example, there's a lot of other sector job roles that are within the ag platform. You can search by the date the job was posted. Importantly, you can search by proximity. So if you select a location, you can search within a proximity of that location, which might be what you'd consider a reasonable driving distance. And you can also sort results by date or relevance. So what I'll do is I'll go back to the simple search. I'm just going to click go. So I'll see all the jobs. The first thing I'd like to show you is whenever you do a job search, you can create that job search as a job alert or save it as a job alert. And if you go and add your email address here, the system will send you matched job roles when they're available. If you then register, you'll be able to moderate your job alerts from the member dashboard, and I'll show you that shortly. And as I said before, if you add that, your email address, you'll get notified of the jobs when they're added. So you have first access to those job roles. On the right-hand side, we have some filters, which are similar to the advanced search filters. So you can go and moderate your job search, click find your next job, and that'll update. And you can also sort the results by date or relevance. Date obviously being the most recent first. Each job role has a unique URL, and therefore it's shareable through email, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, or you can copy the URL and post it elsewhere. Each job has what we call a job beacon poster. I'll just get out of there. As you can see, this is a poster for the job role. and the job has a QR code. So employers tend to use these in, say, the front window of their business, in different locations within their business. Organisations like Queensland Farmers Federation and other groups can use these posters at job expos, post it within education providers, etc. You can also shortlist a job. This will ask me to register to use that function, and we'll come back to that shortly. But that'll save the job within your member dashboard, so that you could be searching on your mobile device or online. You shortlist the job and you can apply later when you're in a more appropriate position to apply. And down the bottom here is more jobs like this. So that's the job search functions. I'll then show you about registering on the platform. To register, as I showed you before when I clicked on the tools that require a registration, like shortlist the job, the registration pop-up will show. Otherwise, you can join by clicking the Join This Community button and then click Register. The system will then ask you, as you can see in this pop-up, to take you on the pathway of, are you a job seeker or are you an employer? So in this instance, I'm a job seeker, and there's a group of registration questions that are listed here. Now, this information will be used by Queensland Farmers Federation to help them better connect you with jobs. The information isn't shared with employers. It's only accessible to the Ag Jobs Queensland team or the Queensland Farmers Federation team. So I'll just quickly answer these, and then we can progress to the remainder of the registration process. So they're quite quick to respond to. Click Submit. So they're now in the registration screen. So from here, you can either register through Google or Apple, or you can create your account from scratch. You then need to accept the terms of use. There's a caption here to confirm that you're not a robot, and you click Register. If you're using an email address versus using social media accounts like Google or Apple, you'll be required to validate your email address. So you'll receive an email on your email inbox. It's really important that you check your email folders to find that email, just in case it's been filtered off to an email folder. And then once you're validated, you're into the system and you're a member of the platform. So I'll just sign in quickly just to push through this part. So once you are a member, you can access the member dashboard from the menu here. And so all job seekers have their own member dashboard. As you can see here, you have the My Profile section. This is an area where you can change your password. You can enable two-factor authentication, which creates more security for your registration. You can edit your name. You can delete your account. We also have some other tools along the side here. I'm going to show you AirCV in a moment, but you can come to AirCV and access your AirCV at any time from the member dashboard. You can access your job alerts. I haven't saved any just yet, but there'd be some here. If you've shortlisted a job, which I just did before, then your shortlisted job roles are here. This is where you can come back to that job role to apply later. If you apply for a member job and use your resume, this would be stored here, so you know exactly which jobs you've used your resume on the platform. And the final tab here is your portfolio. And this is a really good tool for storing your work eligibility documents, your referees, your certifications. If you do add a document to the platform, obviously you can name that document, you can upload a file, you can add some notes. Importantly, you can add an expiry date. And the purpose of the expiry date is that the system will notify you when that document is expiring and notify you to update or progress whatever qualification or certification it is so that you renew it. You also have referees. Sometimes it's difficult to remember all of the information of referees for people you've worked with. This is a place where you can store the information. What was your relationship with that person? What were the dates that you worked with them? And any notes that you have about working with that organisation, that specific person. So that's a great storage to access this whenever you need it. And the final part is your e-portfolio. So this is a place where you can store documents, perhaps video content, essentially proof of work. So it might be videos of you doing a job role, potentially photos of some artwork or something that you've done in your career where you need to have a traditional portfolio. From the member dashboard, you can also send a communication, and this allows you to communicate with the administrators of the platform if you've got to reach out for any questions or concerns that you may have. So I'll now touch on AirCV. So you would have seen the AirCV banner earlier. So the purpose of AirCV is a place to upload your skills and experience to be matched to jobs. So AirCV is a free service. It showcases your employment history as an engaging visual career snapshot and timeline. It illustrates your career to date, so employers and recruiters will notice you quickly and easily. And you can create your AirCV from scratch, or you can upload a traditional resume document to give you a head start in the process. Once you've created your AirCV, your skills or experience can be smart matched by employers. And so you can be smart matched by them to their live job roles. So what I'll do is I'll show you how to get started, but later when you come back here, you can learn about the AirCV concepts in more detail through those tabs. I'll click get started. So there's 3 easy steps to getting your AirCV created. So you create a unique URL. You write a short elevator pitch about yourself and about your career and the types of jobs that you're interested in. If you don't have a resume, you can tick that box. If you do have a resume, you can upload a document, which I'll do now. So just so you can see this document, actually I won't be able to share that because I'm on the web. Anyway, it's a traditional resume document that I'm using here. And if you click the Create Your AirCV button, it'll only take a few seconds. Oh, sorry, there we go, the cogs are turning. It'll only take a few seconds to convert your traditional resume into an AirCV. Now, as my AirCV document or resume document I used was for a fake person, hence it says Alison Stevens. So I'll take you through a few parts. So first up is when you create your AirCV or edit your AirCV, it'll be automatically active, which is what this green eye here is for. If you want to edit your AirCV, you need to deactivate it and it'll turn it red. So I'll just reactivate mine now. So the AirCV URL is what an employer would see. So we'll open that in a new tab. So this is what an employer would access around that resume. So as you can see, it's converted the resume into a snapshot. So it's extracted the skills out of the resume and weighted those skills based on relevance. It's pulled out the work experience and it's pulled out the education. So it's displayed that as a snapshot so that an interested person can get to the key information really, really quickly. It's then converted it to a timeline, so it shows the logical order of events in your career to date. And then we have the resume, which is our version of a resume, which is standardized across our platform. So that URL, you can share that URL and employers can contact you through the link, which will take them through the system so that your personal contact information remains quite protected. So once you've got that URL, obviously you can share it. You can share it through Facebook, Twitter or LinkedIn from the platform, or you could paste it into an SMS, etc., and people can see your AirCV. You can also print the AirCV document, a little bit like what we showed you before with the job poster. This is a QR coded document of your AirCV, and it prints it into a logical format that you can use as your resume if you choose. Okay, so what should you do after this call? So there's some 5 key things that we suggest you do after this call. Obviously, we'll push the questions shortly. So as a reminder, the URL is agjobsqueensland.com.au. So please make a note of that for after the call. I suggest you search those jobs of interest and create job alerts. Jobs will start to find you versus you having to keep scrolling through the platform. Create your CV. You then have a tool that you can use in market to apply for jobs and to position you above everyone else. But importantly, employers using this platform will be able to search your CV and smart match your skills and experience to their jobs so they can connect with you quicker. As I mentioned earlier, there is some social media links down the bottom here. So you can connect with this platform on social channels through Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. So that would be the 5th thing. Make sure you like and share at the appropriate social channels. And the 5th one is make sure you share Ag Jobs Queensland out to your network. Obviously, it's a platform that's been live since February. It's an industry that's looking to grow and bring more people into the sector. So if you can take the time to share that to your personal network and your business networks, that would be greatly appreciated. So I'll now back to Anna, and we can start some questions. Thank you.
Hi, Phil. Thank you so much for giving us that overview of the Ag Jobs Queensland platform. For everyone online, if you do have a question that you would like to ask Phil, if you could please just pop it in the chat, that would be excellent, and Phil will take some time to answer those now. Whilst you're having a think about the questions that you may wish to ask, if you have any, Phil, it might be worthwhile you taking everyone quickly through the platform from an employer's perspective, only in that I'm aware that there's some people that are on the call that may be looking at it from an employer perspective, and also some people that may watch this after the fact.
Sure.
So whilst Phil's taking that for us through the employer side of the platform, if you can have a think about any questions and pop them in the chat, that would be great. Thank you so much.
So there's, if you head to Ag Jobs Queensland, the website, there is an additional webinar that was previously recorded that were focused on employers. But I will just share my screen quickly and show you some key parts to the site. So there's a section here for employers called the products and pricing page. On this page, you'll find all of the key tools and features that are available for employers. I'll just scroll down. So first up, employers can post their jobs to the platform. They can manage the jobs within the employer dashboard. So they can use the system to receive applications and manage that application flow. If they've posted their job elsewhere on perhaps their own careers page or another third-party tool, they can link the apply button to their job elsewhere, and so they don't have to double handle the applications. The second key part is they can add their employer profile, and the purpose of that is to convey their employer value proposition. So a job seeker can learn about a job role that you've posted, but more importantly, learn about your organisation. What are your values? What are your culture? What are some of the incentives to join your business over another? And being able to convey that that employer value proposition is really important. It also helps the sector to attract more talent to the industry as a whole, because people can understand more about the employers that form that industry. Employers that are actively using the platform, you can search the talent pool. So within the employer dashboard, there is some search functions, and you can search people by skills, by their experience and work history, etc. It's quite an in-depth process to search by in terms of its parameters. But if you want to short circuit that, you can use the smart matching capability. And then if you've got a live job or a future job role, the system will use artificial intelligence to smart rank based on the logic of your job and the available CVs within the talent community, and notify you of the matched capability of the talent in the system. You can then smart rank your applicants to your jobs against your selected AirCVs, so you get a feel for who's available but where they naturally fit in a shortlist. Just down here is the plans that are available to organisations. So there's a bronze, silver and gold plan. If you come back here a bit later, you can read about the inclusions. There is an offer at the moment for the end of financial year, but I'll leave that for Anna to let you know the details about that. So I'll cross back to you, Anna.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Phil. So we've just had a comment and question come through from Becca. Thanks for the demo, Phil. I was just wondering about the uptake on the platform so far, as it has been live for 3 months. Also wondering about an employer side, is there a pricing option for a one-off job ad? Firstly, to understand the platform before committing to a subscription plan. Did you want to answer that one, Phil, or would you like me to?
You can have a go at that. I'll just add any special comments in at the end.
Yes, please dive in if you need to. So in terms of your first question, uptake on the platform, to date, noting that we only get reporting at the end of every month, so we haven't received the reporting yet for May. We've had over 100 job seekers actually sign up and upload an AirCV to the platform. But in terms of people accessing the site and looking at jobs, as I mentioned, I think in my introduction, we're seeing around 5,000 job views per month. And what we're noticing is that most people that visit the platform are visiting at least 7 jobs on the platform. In our first 2 weeks that we were live, we had, I think, more than 20,000 page views from memory, Phil. So in terms of getting people onto the platform and looking at jobs and looking at different pages on the platform, we've certainly seen really good uptake to date. For the employer side of things, I was going to mention this at the end, but I'll jump in now and mention it. We are about to kick off an offer for the month of June where employers can sign up for free for a 30-day trial. So they can sign up at any time during the month and they will be able to access the platform for free for 30 days, which will allow them to test posting their jobs and actually have a play within the platform and see what it can offer them. Outside of that 30-day trial period, the subscription for an employer starts at $59 per month, plus GST, which allows for up to 2 job postings. So it's still pretty cost competitive at a normal rate for people to trial the platform. Did you have anything to add there, Phil?
No, I think you've covered that pretty well. Yep.
Excellent. So yes, keep an eye out on the AgJobs Queensland social media accounts for the announcement around the June offer, which will give you 30 days free to trial the platform. Oh, excellent. Are there any other questions from anyone on the call? Any more information that we can provide about the platform? Okay, well, if that's it, we might wrap up. I'll just reiterate Phil's comment before. The best thing that you can do after today's webinar is to sign up to the AgJobs Queensland platform. You can sign up anyone can sign up as a job seeker. It's completely free to utilise the platform, upload your AirCV and start seeing what jobs are out there and what's available in the agriculture sector in Queensland. We are working with businesses and industry leaders in the ag sector to become champions of ag. We're looking for businesses and hero brands that would like to partner with us to contribute, I guess, to the future of building a stronger agriculture sector in Queensland, which we all need 3 times a day for breakfast, lunch and dinner. So if you've got any interest in finding out more about being a champion of ag, I will put my email in the chat and you can email me after today's webinar. As Phil also mentioned, please follow us on our social media channels. We post pretty regularly various types of jobs that are being posted on the platform. We also do a weekly wrap post with the top jobs that have been listed for the week. And we will soon also start sending out an automated weekly update to everyone that is utilising the platform, whether it's an employer or a job seeker. And that's the best way for you guys to get up-to-date news in terms of what's happening with the platform. So I can't encourage you enough to sign up today. As I mentioned, we've got the offer coming in June. So for all of June, you can sign up to the platform and get 30 days free to trial what the platform can offer you if you're an employer. And finally, I'll just mention the Ag Jobs Queensland webinar, which was targeted at employers. It has been recorded and is available to watch on the actual Ag Jobs Queensland platform in the notice board. So head on over there if you would like to learn more if you're an employer wanting to use the platform. Other than that, and if there's no more questions, I will keep today short and sweet and sign out now. Thank you all so much for joining us today.